There is a truth the narcissistic family never wants you to discover. A truth so powerful that, if revealed, it shatters the entire manipulative structure that keeps you trapped in the role of the scapegoat. Carl Jung taught us that every family has a collective shadow, a dark side that needs to be projected onto someone so that others can feel clean and superior, and that someone, more often than not, is you. You were chosen not for being the weakest, but for being the most sensitive, the most empathetic, the one capable of absorbing others' pain without even realizing it. But today, that dynamic ends, because you are about to uncover the 12 characteristics that the narcissist in your family desperately tries to conceal from you. Characteristics that, once revealed, break the spell and return the power to where it always belonged, in your hands. What Jung discovered about the projection of the family shadow completely changes how you view your own story. Get ready, because nothing will ever be the same. Look into the mirror of your family life. How many times have you felt like the problem, the flawed one, the one who is always wrong? How many times have you absorbed anger, guilt, and shame that weren't yours, but somehow became your responsibility to carry, while you grew up believing you were difficult, problematic, too sensitive? The truth is you were being used as an emotional dumping ground, a vessel for everything others couldn't face within themselves. You became the unwilling guardian of the family shadow. How many relationships did you sabotage because you repeated the pattern of always putting yourself last? How many times did you wear the mask of too nice or too problematic just to belong to those who hurt you? How many nights did you spend questioning if there was truly something wrong with you? While you carry the guilt, they sleep soundly. While you question yourself, they feel superior. While you seek approval, they maintain control. Your true self whispers, "You are not the problem. You are the solution they fear." Do you recognize this pain? It's because you were programmed by this pattern, shaped to accept a distorted truth about who you are. But today, you will understand how this mechanism works, and more importantly, how to break it once and for all. The dynamic between the narcissist and the scapegoat is one of the cruelest forms of psychological violence that exists, not because it's obvious, but precisely because it's invisible. It's a type of abuse that disguises itself as love, concern, or reality. Carl Jung called this shadow projection. The narcissist, incapable of facing their own wounds, imperfections, and flaws, projects all of it onto you. You become the mirror where they see all their defects, but without recognizing them as their own. You are the repository for everything they cannot accept about themselves. Imagine the family as a system of broken mirrors. Each member reflects the distorted image the narcissist needs to see to maintain their illusion of perfection. And you, the scapegoat, are the mirror that receives all the sharp shards, all the pieces no one else wants to look at. The narcissist cannot exist without you in this role, because without someone to carry their shadow, they would be forced to face the void within them, and that is something their fragmented psyche simply cannot bear. Now you will discover the first 6 characteristics they hide from you, truths that, if recognized, destroy all the power they hold over your mind. The first characteristic the narcissist conceals is their absolute emotional dependence on you. They need your pain to feel powerful. They need your confusion to feel superior. They need your submission to validate their existence. You are not a burden in their life. You are what keeps their ego functioning. The second characteristic is their deep fear that you will awaken to your own worth. The narcissist's greatest terror is that you will discover you don't need their approval to exist, that you will realize your sensitivity is a gift, not a weakness, that you will recognize your empathy is power, not vulnerability. The third characteristic is their envy of your capacity to feel genuinely. While they live on the surface of emotions, manipulating and calculating every feeling, you possess something they lost a long time ago: emotional authenticity. They criticize you for being too sensitive because they secretly wish they had access to the depth you naturally carry. The fourth characteristic is their desperate need to control the family narrative. They need everyone to see you as the problem, because if the truth came out, everyone would realize that the problem was always them. Every time they diminish you publicly, they are actually protecting their own image from exposure. The fifth characteristic is their inability to take responsibility for anything. Every mistake, every conflict, every family problem needs someone to blame, and that person can never be them. You were trained to automatically accept this blame, protecting them from the devastating experience of having to look at their own mistakes. The sixth characteristic is their panic when you show any sign of independence. When you question, when you distance yourself, when you stop accepting the role assigned to you, they go into survival mode, because your independence threatens the entire system they've built to protect themselves from their own shadow. Now come the last 6 characteristics, and these are the ones that terrify them the most, because they reveal not only what they hide, but who they truly are behind the mask. The 7th characteristic is their awareness that you are stronger than them. While they build fortresses of illusion, you survive the raw reality of rejection, constant criticism, and invalidation. You have developed a psychological resilience they will never have. And deep down, they know that if the roles were reversed, they wouldn't last a day of what you've endured a lifetime. The 8th characteristic is their certainty that you possess capacities they will never have. Your ability to love unconditionally, to forgive, to genuinely connect with others, to grow from pain. They diminish you because they need to diminish these qualities in you, as they cannot develop them within themselves. The 9th characteristic is their terror that others will discover how they truly treat you. The public mask they wear only works if no one witnesses what goes on behind the scenes. They isolate you, discredit your version of events, and question your sanity because if others knew the truth about how they act when there's no audience, their entire reputation would crumble. The 10th characteristic is their awareness that you represent everything they could have been, but chose not to be. You are living proof that it is possible to maintain humanity even after so much suffering. You are what they would be if they had chosen healing instead of control, vulnerability instead of manipulation. The 11th characteristic is their certainty that, without you, they would need to face their own shadow. You are the shield that protects them from having to look at the inner void, at the wounded child within them that they abandoned so long ago. Without you to project their pain, they would be forced to feel it, and that is a prospect that terrifies them. The 12th and final characteristic, the most devastating of all, is their awareness that you have always been the true healer of the family. While they spread wounds, you absorb and transform them. While they create chaos, you bring balance. While they destroy connections, you rebuild bridges. They know you are not the family's problem. You are the soul of the family, and that is why they need to keep you small. Now that you know these 12 truths, how do you break the pattern? How do you free yourself from a role that wasn't yours to begin with? The first tool is recognition. Sit down with a journal and write about each of these characteristics. In what situations do you notice these patterns? How do they manifest in your family? Be brutally honest. Healing begins with truth. The second tool is the redefinition of your narrative. You are not difficult. You are profound. You are not too sensitive. You are emotionally intelligent. You are not the problem. You are the most courageous in the family because you face what others flee from. The third tool is the establishment of energetic boundaries. Stop absorbing emotions that aren't yours. When you feel that familiar guilt, pause and ask, is this truly mine to carry? More often than not, the answer will be no. The fourth tool is reconnection with your inner child. Speak to the part of you that once believed it deserved unconditional love. Tell her you are here now, that you are the protective adult she always needed. Integrate these truths into your identity. You are no longer the repository of others' shadow. You are the archetype of the wounded healer, one who transformed poison into medicine, darkness into wisdom. You have changed by absorbing these words. You cannot unsee these patterns. You can no longer automatically accept the role they try to impose on you. You have awoken to a truth that will set you free forever. You are no longer the scapegoat. You are the conscious observer of your story. You are the author of your own narrative. You are the living expression of your true self, free from others' projections. The mask has fallen. The spell is broken. The truth has been revealed. Comment which of these 12 characteristics impacted you the most. Share your liberation with anyone still living this pattern. Like if you felt the courage to see through the illusion. Subscribe to keep discovering the truths that set you free. You are no longer the same. You are integrated. You are free. You are true. The journey home to your authentic self is just beginning.